Hello, race fans! Welcome back to the NASCAR Vernors Cup Series. Last time out, Bob Ross won his second straight Dr. Pepper World 600. He won the race for the second straight year. That was at Charlotte, and that was a crazy race. We're at another mile and a half this week. Rain has pushed this race back to Monday night, so we're in prime time. This is Kansas, and you know the Chiefs won the Super Bowl earlier this year. So this is the Andy Reid got his ring 400. And before we can go any farther, let's take a look at your starting lineup. There's Harrison Ford on the front row along with Tom Jones. This is a very interesting starting grid. Tom Hanks will be lining up on row 2. Wow, this is a very interesting grid. Hanks will line up next to Peter. Perfect. Then it's 2 of the 7 drivers who made it in from Go or Go Home qualifying. It's Burt Reynolds in the Mobile Clean 7500 Dodge and Grover Cleveland. Billy Mays, who's going to debut the Skittles colors this week. Line up next to Alfred Hitchcock. Then it'll be Hank Hill, and who's actually in the field this week. Yay. And Hut Strickland. Man, I can't remember the last time Alfred Hitchcock was in the Cheerios colors. Chick Corea is back in the field. He'll be next to Woody Woodpecker. Then there's Crow T-Robot and Snoop Dogg. Bob Ross, last week's winner. Nice. Good job with your engine failure, Mr. Tom Jones. Bob Ross will start, what is this, 15th? Yes, 15th next to Al Capone. And then Al Roker will start next to Brendan Gaughan. Rounding out the top 20 will be Marco Polo and Jeff Lynne. For about mid-pack, Iggy Koopa, Donald Fagen. Fagen really needs to pick it up this year, or he won't be able to get out of Go or Go Home qualifying. Walter White won this race last year. He starts in 23rd alongside Jerry Springer. Morgan Freeman, he's going to line up next to Bela Fleck. And then James Bond and Telly Savalas. That's kind of fitting that they're side by side, as this is how they were quite a few times, twice in 2018. Then Stephen George and Count Dracula. David Dayton and Blaze Alexander. This is actually, I believe, I thought this was row 15, but this is row 16, isn't it? Yes. David Dayton had a great run last week. Blaze Alexander just trying to hopefully get into the top 35. John Cena will start next to points leader, Joe Biden. Ian Anderson, who came back from having to start at the rear of the field due to the penalty and finished like second after avoiding the craziness, he'll start next to Brian Wilson. I believe Anderson was like the only rookie to win last year. Wilson, I believe, so far is the only one to win this year. And Kathy Bates, and then the special scheme for Woody Harrelson. And then Richard Simmons and Rick Scott towards the back of the field. Rounding out the field will be starting shotgun on the field, that is Denzel Washington and Geddy Lee, who will start stone dead last. So here we are. About to go trackside to get those most famous words in motorsports, and go racing here under the lights at Kansas. So, how about it? Let's hear an exciting and awesome command.
Drivers, start your engines!
Alrighty, that's what I'm talking about. See, the engines are firing. All 42 cars roll off. Now Grover Cleveland, he's not usually that great at qualifying this year, but he's made, what, only 4 or 5 races? The first 3 races of the ones that he did make, he did finish in the top 3. Did he win, or was that? I think that was Alfred Hitchcock. Yeah, look at that. Gonna be a good day for Pitti Enterprises. That organization all starting in the first 8 rows. I'm not sure if there's any others that are completely towards the front. At least of the multi-car teams. I don't think there are. I guess both of the Neverport cars are in the top half. I also guess the pace car is pulling down pit road. Tom Jones and Harrison Ford will take us to the green flag, and we're going to get started here at Kansas. And the Andy Reid got his ring 400. Jones leads the field through turn 1 and 2 in his CarQuest number 5 Chevrolet, but Peter Perfect in the Mopar Dodge is all over his back bumper. Burt Reynolds looking to take 3rd place. As now here comes Harrison Ford. Ford will fall in line in 4th. And then Tom Hanks. So you can see several cars, 2, 3, even 4 wide at one point, I think, in the back. Oh, look at that, gone in the sucker hole. Yeah, they're 4 wide. Look at this. The 11, the 20, 42, and 16. Oh, contact! Oh, the 16's around. The 15's in the wall. 17. 92, the 48. Do they wreck coming around? No. David Dayton is involved. Telly Savalas, Marco Polo, Jerry Springer, all destroyed. As they come back to the caution flag, it is Telly Savalas, Peter Perfect, and Tom Hanks. Not Telly Savalas, Tom Jones. These guys must have taken the yellow, which is why they're all single file. Oh, tough break for some of these teams. Brian Wilson especially did not need that. Telly Savalas is towards the top of the points table. Everybody's going to come in the pit. Nobody can make it to the end of the race. They'll need at least 1 pit stop, probably 2, especially if they come down here. Which they will. Probably just to get the top off on gasoline is probably what they're all doing. Nobody playing the strategy game. Very interesting. Some people are actually taking tires. A lot of left sides. So you can see Tom Jones, and it looks like Harrison Ford will be next off. Hitchcock, Woodpecker, and Fagan. Ooh, really interesting. As we go back and see exactly what it was. Ooh, geez. To bring us under this yellow, and I think we saw this starting to develop here. Wow. As you can see, off the wall bounces the 16 of Marco Polo right down into his teammate. 85 gets a little bit. 15 gets hooked up, and the 92 and the 48 just have nowhere to go. Jerry Springer is taking it behind the wall. David Dayton is currently a lap down. Everybody else is at least on the lead lap. Looks like a lot of side damage on that 92 car. We'll take you on board the 16. Not like that. Actually, on the 92. We'll take you aboard Telly Savalas. See, he's just got nowhere to go, and then when he gets... he gets kind of wall road there. See this wreck from the reverse angle. Oh, almost looked like he was coming up beforehand. Oh! So we go back, getting close to going back to green, and we see Marco Polo's engine is blowing up. I wonder if it had something to do with that accident. So he'll likely finish 41st. They'll leave 39 cars in the lead lap. There might be a chance that they can repair it. We'll have to see. So Tom Jones will lead us back. Harrison Ford in second. Alfred Hitchcock in third. We are back green here at Kansas. Dayton really slow. Oh, Hank Hill, what are you doing? Oh! Is it Chick Corea who bumped the wall? It was indeed. Jeff Lynne is going to try and split down low. Look at this bottleneck that Dayton is causing. He's just trying to get out of the way as best as he can, but he's holding up the biggest line of cars right now. Meanwhile, at the front, Harrison Ford looking underneath Tom Jones. As the 16 retires from the event. Jones will hold on. Alfred Hitchcock getting a run on up high to clear Woody Woodpecker. Teammates Donald Fagan and Peter Perfect in 5th and 6th. They're going. Well, at least Peter Perfect is going for that 21. Here comes Bob Ross. Strategy play? Right side tires in damage. So we go back to the front. You can see here's the battle for 4th going on. Between Peter Perfect, Donald Fagan, and Woody Woodpecker. Perfect looks to have it. Burt Reynolds and Tom Hanks nearly got together. Bob Ross is about to go a second lap down just a week after his win. Interesting pit strategy. He's gonna technically, well, he's going for an undercut, technically. But it'd be one so large that he'd end up getting overcut. As more problems. Oh! The 22 failed. Caution is out. Holy crap! David Dayton just slams head on into Bela Fleck. Brian Wilson is taken out. Holy. Bob Ross is going to be trapped a lap down, but only one. And what on earth? Just look at that front end is destroyed. We'll take a look after pit stops because these guys are coming down. They're going to top off again. This is going to trap. This is not going to work out for Bob Ross, as he is going to be a lap down. Brian Wilson's going to officially retire from the race. So you can see the right sides go up on the 5. They're down. The left sides go up. Peter Perfect is going to win a race off pit road. Interesting pit strategy. Oh, and something's wrong with the 5. Not a safe release. What were you doing? He was finished with his pit stop, but just didn't leave until everybody else did. What on earth? Oh! Bob Ross stayed out. If he doesn't pit, he's technically back on the lead lap. Well, there you go. Fleck blows it going into turn 1, and he goes, oh, and he gets pummeled from the rear end by Brian Wilson. David Dayton's trying to avoid it. Oh, just slams into him. Not good runs for the 15 and 22, who had some pretty much last week. So they're out, and all of a sudden, only 37 cars left in this. What happened? Harrison Ford. Did he have a slow stop? Wow. No, he got damage. Oh, under yellow. There was a spin under yellow. Oh, he got into the back of Count Dracula. So we're going to go green next time by with 50 laps to go here. .36, technically 37 cars on the lead lap. Bob Ross is the control car, but he is 1.5 miles behind the leader. Albeit on the lead lap. Pace car coming down onto the apron. Green flag is out, and Bob Ross actually has decent speed. If he gets a quick yellow, he'll be back on it. Peter Perfect did not get a good restart, as Burt Reynolds to the inside. And Hank Hill's up here. At the line. Peter Perfect holds it. But Burt Reynolds is going to clear. Burt Reynolds looking underneath Bob Ross. Towards the back, you can see Tom Jones is really stuck back here. Bob Ross managing at the moment to stay on the lead lap. He's hoping these guys get really... hoping the caution comes out now, because Peter Perfect is breathing down his neck. Oh, what are you doing, Woody Woodpecker? He was on the apron briefly. Now it's a battle for the lead once again as the 2 and the 9 go at it. It's Hank Hill in the 38 behind him. Side by side, an entertaining battle. So now Burt Reynolds is going to clear. You see several of the cars that have some sort of damage. Well, there's not really many at this point. Tom Jones slowly moving through the field. How about Harrison Ford? Where is he? Burt Reynolds does... oh, yeah, he's back there. Burt Reynolds, Peter Perfect, and Hank Hill, the top 3 at the moment. Crow T. Robot and Al Roker. Can we give a shout out to him? Currently running in the 5th spot. He hasn't won a race in over 2 years. There's like 10 Dodges in the... no, there's 11 Dodges, and 5 of them are in the top 10. A lot of the Dodges right up here. In fact, really, Iggy Koopa, Brendan Gaughan, and Telly Savalas and Blaze Alexander, the only ones. Now Bob Ross is going to go a lap down. Burt Reynolds going to clear into the lead. Now here comes the Fords of Hank Hill and Al Roker, as the battle for 5th now is between Crow T. Robot and Alfred Hitchcock. Hill, Roker side by side for 3rd. It's Tom Jones. Oh, they're 3 wide. They're getting racy. The 88 and the 3 and the 85. John Cena, almost said Cleese, getting into his battle. Interesting cars. Walter White won this race last year. Currently running in about 17th. Yes. He's 17th. Al Roker to 2nd. They're all trying to get around Bob Ross, who is slightly slower than Burt Reynolds, and that could be a factor. Roker now diving below the 66. Will have a fender in front at the line, although that won't be scored as he is. Well, not really. Unless a caution were to come out. Hut Strickland not having a good day. 2 and the 6 are the only cars that get by Bob Ross at the moment. The 38, 9, and 21 all trying to get by as they are 3 wide for 6th place. As a huge wad of Dodges is right here. All jockeying for position. Perfect. Now he's in 4th, trying to hold off Woody Woodpecker, who's got to run on the inside. Bob Ross is trying to get a run on Billy Mays. Not Billy Mays. That is Al Roker. Where is Billy Mays running right now? He's battling for 20th with his teammate, Walter White. There's Morgan Freeman. As we're getting close to a pit stop cycle. Hank Hill trying to get around a fellow Ford of Bob Ross. Look at this. Dodge leading, and Dodge is 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th at the moment. 7 Dodges in the top 10. So Al Capone falls back now. Blaze Alexander, Telly Savalas, Brendan Gaughan, and of course Carl Edwards missed the race. Along with Casper the Friendly Ghost. Why we're just getting to the DNQs halfway through the race? I don't know. What I do know is the top 3 drivers have all cleared the lap car of Bob Ross. And last time by Al Roker was faster. This time by Burr Reynolds is faster than Al Roker. Alfred Hitchcock now going to drive it in. So now Woody Woodpecker and the rest of the Dodge train tries to get by the 66 car. Fagan's by. Biden's got his nose out in the line. It's a great run for our points leader. Peter Perfect, Grover Cleveland. Oh! Bob Ross charging off the corner. Gonna try and get back by and clear Joe Biden. 3 wide for 2nd. Alfred Hitchcock was on the low line. Al Roker fading. He was high with Hank Hill in the middle. Roker is going to get passed by Woody Woodpecker, and now it's a Dodge 1-2. Entirely Dodge and Ford within the top 11 at this point. Then the Chevys of Ian Anderson, Tom Hanks, and Jeff Lynne. So we are past halfway. How are these guys in the pit around lap like 10 or something? So we'll probably only see them in another like 5 to 10 laps. Reynolds has been dominating this race since the second round of pit stops. Tom Jones has been working his way. He's gotten back into the top 25. So he has had pace. Woody Woodpecker now trying to hunt down the 2 and the 43. Joe Biden now looking like he's going to take 4th. As the top 8 have all cleared the 66. Top 3 cars in a line. As we've seen no additional cautions after our first 2 to slow the race pace. Alfred Hitchcock going for the race lead. Looking for, I believe, his second win of the season. He won once 2 years ago. What did he win, like twice last year or something? Hitchcock, your new leader. Under 30 to go. Reynolds second. Hank Hill will be third. Woody Woodpecker fourth. Donald Fagen in fifth. Joe Biden right behind. What happened to Bob Ross? Bob Ross is down pit road. That's because he had the one was going the longest. So now he's no longer a factor. Routine service, 4 tires and fuel. And Denzel Washington will be the actual first driver to start the cycle as Hut Strickland and Brendan Gaughan nearly got together in turn 2. Washington going for the undercut. As Grover Cleveland will lead everyone down. Roker, Iggy Koopa, Peter Perfect, Ian Anderson, and others, including Hut Strickland. As here we go, Hitchcock looks like he's going to come down the pit road. Yes, he will. Woody Woodpecker is not going to. He's going to stay out and take the lead along with Biden and others. Burt Reynolds, Getty, Lee, Tom Hanks, Crow T, Robot, also others that are coming down. Tom Jones running a long strategy. Woody Woodpecker is going to be coming down along with Hank Hill. It's a great call by Joe Biden to get him 5 more points. Tom Jones also coming down. So you can see Alfred Hitchcock coming off of pit road. He was your leader when the cycle began. And there's Bob Ross. Look at Al Roker with that esteem. Gonna try and sail by his teammate, and he will. Not quite sail by. I think Alfred Hitchcock's gonna cycle back through as the race leader. It's Donald Fagen actually led. There goes Bob Ross by. There's Woody Woodpecker. He's going to come back out as the race leader. Hitchcock's got a ton of steam. Was that the caution? That is the pace car. Caution is out. Chick Corea, Morgan Freeman, Blaze Alexander on pit road. Harrison Ford destroyed. What on earth? What happened? Oh, and this was during the cycle. Oh, Lord! Blaze! Oh, Blaze was taken out. by Al Capone, and oh, just barely missed. Oh, Morgan Freeman sends Blaze Alexander upside down. And he rolls back on the blanket, and Chick Corea, a terrible hit, comes flying in. Other cars shooting the gap. Wow. See these cars utterly destroyed being towed back. 2 of the 6 Pontiacs involved as Alexander drops from the race. Freeman's out. Korea's likely going to join him here. He is. 34 cars running, 33 on the lead lap. Oh! Harrison Ford, Walter White, and Burt Reynolds, who's towards the front, are going to be trapped on the tail end of the lead lap. With Joe Biden, your race leader. Four cars involved with this as we see the second camera angle. Oh, Al Capone just took him out. He's trying to hold the brake, but oh, Lord. Banking and oh. What a terrible crash for Blaze Alexander. Here's the onboard from Blaze. So he just gets hooked. So you can see he's hoping that everyone can avoid, but it's not enough. Oh, what a tough impact. Sickening crash here. We're going to go green with max 17 laps to go. Let's reset the field for you. Joe Biden has ended up your leader somehow, someway. Woody Woodpecker second. Alfred Hitchcock will be third. Al Roker is fourth. Geddy Lee in fifth. A very bipolar day. So he's got 2 cars running in the top 5, but 2 more cars going to finish in the last 2 spots, and 1 car trapped in 33rd, a lap down, or the tail end of the lead lap. Ian Anderson has managed to pick his way up to 6th as he's mounting a championship charge here. So we will be going green with 17 to go, as Bob Ross is going to line up to the inside of Burt Reynolds, who will be the control car. In effect, they're going to give Bob Ross is going to get gifted 2 spots past Harrison Ford and Walter White. Grover Cleveland is in 7th. Iggy Koopa 8th. Rick Scott 9th. Denzel Washington 10th. Donald Fagen, Hank Hill, Jeff Lynne, Kathy Bates, James Bond. Then Richard Simmons, Tom Hanks, Stephen George, Peter Perfect, and Snoop Dogg. The rest of your running order: Woody Harrelson, Al Capone, Crow T. Robot, John Cena, Billy Mays, Count Dracula, Brendan Gaughan, Hut Strickland, Telly Savalas, Tom Jones. Then your lapped cars are Burt Reynolds, Bob Ross, Walter White, and Harrison Ford. Pace car down pit road as we're going to have 17 laps to go, and the Andy Reid got his ring 400. We're back green at Kansas. The lap cars, at least here in the initial start, have decent pace. Did Biden get Nick the wall there a little bit? I think so. And here comes Woody Woodpecker side by side for the lead. He's going to get held up a little bit by the lapped car of Harrison Ford. Now they're 3 wide. And Al Roker is going to get stuck behind his teammate as here comes Geddy Lee to capitalize. At the line, it was Joe Biden still the leader by 6/1000ths of a second. Woody Woodpecker in second. Al Roker hung up on the high lane. As Woody Woodpecker got a terrible run off the corner, and here comes Joe Biden, presumably to put more lap car buffer between himself and the field, as he's going to easily probably get by his teammate Burt Reynolds. But Woodpecker and Geddy Lee are by the 97. Now the 8 and the 45 trying to get up here. The 43 of Alfred Hitchcock, the 19 of Donald Fagan. They're all trying to do stuff. Is Walter White and Bob Ross side by side for 31st? Well, they were. Tom Jones is going to try and run his way through the field as best as he can. Biden might be in the clear as he has the lapped car help. But Geddy Lee is a coming. And he's going to dive down, try and get around Burt. Oh, he's going to use the fender a bit, but Burt Reynolds gets a run out of 2. That's not what Lee needed. Al Roker has cycled back to 12th. The second win does not look like it's coming today. Biden goes underneath the 66, but so does his teammate, the lap car, Burt Reynolds. Very interesting. Woody Woodpecker trying to clear Bob Ross, possibly even Burt Reynolds. Oh, Reynolds shuts the door on Woodpecker. But Woody Woodpecker will get by Bob Ross. Burt Reynolds looking down low on his teammate. Now Woody Woodpecker going to dive below the 2. Trying to get the run he needs through the corner. This run's going to stall out a little bit, but he does clear the 2. As Biden is trying to go and get Walter White lapped. Now these lap cars are making it impossible for the rest of the field to get by. It could be a 2-car race here with 10 to go. Grover Cleveland's trying to have a run at a go of it. As look at Woody Woodpecker. He is closing that gap. This lap at least. Biden is getting a run on that 10. He knows lap cars are his best friend. 9 to go. Woodpecker closing in. Biden tries to go underneath the 10. As Woodpecker tried to go underneath Biden, neither of the moves stuck. Grover Cleveland, he's getting fed up. He's absolutely furious. Bob Ross just keeps trying to take meaningless swipes at Burt Reynolds. But here at the front, side by side for the race lead. Biden held it that lap, but with 8 to go. Woody Woodpecker is cleared the 12, but is trying to get around the 10. Now Ian Anderson and Grover Cleveland trying to work together to get at least one of them past the 66. It looks like they're both going to clear. And that is very good. Woody Woodpecker, your leader. 7 to go. Biden trying to go to the inside with help from his lapped teammate in turn 1 and 2. Now Geddy Lee is well past the 66. These lap cars trying to make it impossible They are all playing in the Joe Biden's hands. As now they're the inside of Woody Woodpecker. But Grover Cleveland is up here. He's not a lapper, so neither is the 8 or the 99, but the 2 is just getting a power on. He's getting the blue flag from the officials. They want him to get out of the way. Because look at this. He's just blocking for his teammate despite not being really fighting for any position. With 5 laps to go. Grover Cleveland, Woody Woodpecker, they might as well just work together. Fighting is not going to do anything. Four laps to go. Walter White wants to mess with them some more. As Biden can just sit and cruise. There's literally no stopping him once again. As Walter White wishes to interfere with this battle for second. 3 laps to go. Cleveland is getting some separation. He's going to need the best 2.5 laps of his life if he wants to win this race. Coming to 2 to go for Joe Biden. And he's not going to get it. Joe Biden going to walk away with yet another victory or points leader. But NASCAR is going to be looking in the possible penalties for the 2 and the 12 for manipulating the outcome of this race. As we are at the white flag, half a lap to go. Grover Cleveland going to come up short once again. He's been so close so many times this year, and he probably would have one if he could just get qualified, but he can't. And that might be the difference between Joe Biden going to victory lane and Grover Cleveland. Because it is Joe Biden who wins the Andy Reid. Got his ring 400. "30 cars finished on the lead lap." As you can see, a few cars dropped out. A good day for some teams. That 38, the 19 and the 38, 45. All teams who are fighting to get back into the, try and fight to get in the top. Burt Reynolds, I think, is another guy, so he's fighting for his life. There's going to be a shake-up in points here. Joe Biden, your winner. Great run for Rick Scott. Finishing in the top 10. Another great finish for Ian Anderson. That's not what I want. Here we go. So we look at your points as they run. Not as they run, because the race has been run. Joe Biden His points lead grows to 123. Ian Anderson is just having a season of seasons. He was 20th coming out of Talladega. And now he's third in points. Bond, is he caught Count Dracula? Yes, a little bit. Donald Fagen closing in on 37th. Carl Edwards falls outside of the top 40 once again. Grover Cleveland, now 4 top 5s in 5 starts this season. And he's still over 2 full races out of 35th in points. Jerry Springer with a bad race. Geddy Lee, he's got another good race. Brendan Gaughan's falling. Hut Strickland's down to 14th. It's turning in a runaway for Joe Biden with 2 wins, 3 top 5s, 6 top 10s. And 78 laps led, which is in the top 5 on the year behind Ian Anderson, David Dayton, Snoop Dogg, and Woody Woodpecker. Woodpecker and Ian Anderson, Geddy Lee, all taking it. They're trying to catch that crazy fast. Yeah. Anyway, this has been the Andy Reid Got His Ring 400. All 3 series are at Mosport next weekend. It's road course racing. Till then, I've been announcer Western Caves, and we hope you have a good day.